Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button or the thumbs up. Today I'm continuing on with my chicken series and we're going to talk about coops. Joe actually just finished one of my coops. So we're going to take a tour of that and then I'm going to show you the coops that are already inside my pen. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe and keep watching. This is how this goes. Let's go guys. Oh my gosh. Hey y'all, I just want to tell you really quick about my outer fence wire for my goats and chickens and Great Pyrenees. This is Stay Tuff wire. I got it from Spalding's Equipment in Keysville, Virginia. It goes from 3x3 at the bottom and it gets wider at the top, so it keeps my chickens in and keeps all the predators out, which is what we like. I love this wire. It's the first line of defense, and of course the Pyrenees, the second line of defense. If anything gets in there, I feel sorry for it because of the Pyrenees, because she's an easy killer. She's right feisty. She's kind of upset right now because I'm about to feed, and she's ready to eat. So in front of this wire, like down in front of it, we run a strand of hot wire at the bottom, and then a strand here. We haven't ran this one quite yet, but this is a fairly new fence. That keeps kind of everything away from it, keeps the goats from getting too close to it. Once we run this, they're not bad about jumping on it right now, but goats can tend to jump on that field fence, and we don't want them to have any kind of ideas of, getting out. So we keep 2 strands of hot wire. We're probably going to run a strand of barbed wire on top, so Fort Knox is basically what we call it for these goats, which they told us, and I've always read, everything I've ever read said, if you want good goat fence, it better hold water. And this is close enough. So if you haven't discovered Stay Tuff wire, go to their website and you can find a dealer close to you. Oh my God. Easy chickens. Piper's like, get out of the trailer. I'm about ready to eat. She's getting excited, obviously. But go to your website if you're kind of close to the North Carolina, Virginia line, or I guess southeastern Virginia. You can check out Spalding Equipment. That's where I got mine in Keysville. They're awesome. Ask for Lonnie. He's my fave. I love Zach, and of course Katie too. So be sure you tell him Megan sent you. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say about our outer wire fence. And this is how we keep all the chickens in and out of the yard so that our other dogs don't eat them and they don't get eaten by anything else. So let me go feed them before they go crazy. Look at all of them coming. Hi guys. All right, y'all, so I'm out here at the lot. This is my goat-proof chicken door. Basically what we have is a big pasture, and then we have like a dog kennel panels put around it, and I have a T-post behind this door so that we can make it goat-proof. So only the chickens, and Great Pyrenees proof. So only the chickens and can get in here. Piper and the goats have to stay out, which is good. My pens, if you can't tell, they all have these straps on them. So every pen or coop that I have is mobile. They all have runners on the bottom. This is an older one that Joe redid for me a few years ago. When you go inside, they have these doors. So you can shut them up if you want to. They've got a door in the front you can shut up if you want to. That way, if you want to, you can move this on grass. And they can be in a new spot a lot. We haven't moved this one a lot lately because since I've gotten so many, I just kind of keep it in the middle of the pasture and I'll move it like 2 or 3 times a year. But at first, when I only had like 10, 15 chickens, I'd move them like every other day. So they stayed on fresh grass. But since these chickens have a whole pasture, it's really no need in moving them a lot. So when you go inside them, they have these little doors. I've got like a feeder stored in there. But that way, if you have to get to one that's in there, you can. The door over there on the other side is open, and you can shut that with the latch too if you have to. So when you move them, you can actually shut them all up in the top and move them, and you don't have to worry about running over them. So, because that sucks, believe me. Excuse me, buds. Everybody's eating. In the back is where the nest boxes are. And so you've got 5 nest boxes in this coop. I have another one. It's basically the same on the hill over there, I still have my brooders in here. If you haven't watched my brooder video, go check it out because that brooder is legit for small chickens. Excuse me, guys. And all the wire we put on ours is hardware cloth. We don't put any kind of, sorry, I gotta go turn it in. Nerp. We don't put any kind of chicken wire because it's worthless. If you're gonna put chicken wire on something, you might as well just like go ahead and fry your chickens in a pot because they're gonna die. Sorry guys, my goats are looking at me. This one over here is one that Joe did not too long ago. This is the newer out of the two red ones. My aggravating goats started fighting and messed the hardware cloth on it, but it's not so bad. But you can come in here and there's a lot of room. This one's got more room than the other one in it. Chickens can get under there. They've got their ladder to get up and they've got their lamb boxes in the back. I like this one because I can move around in it a little better than the first one. Every time my husband does a pen or a coop, they get better all the time. And then this is the inside. We've got closet rods for, oh, it's feathers everywhere. We've got closet rods for nesting posts or whatever. It's a lot of poop in here. And the only reason I don't get it out this time of year is because it works really well for insulation and it keeps my girls warm. So I keep it like that for a reason. In the spring, we'll go through and scrape all of it off and it'll start brand new, and that way they don't get too hot in there. But my main thing this time of year is I want to keep them warm, and it's enough, since everything's hardware cloth at the bottom, they get plenty of ventilation that way. I'm gonna go over here and show y'all my newest coop now, if I can ever get out of this gate. So the story behind this coop is, it's a remodel job. My uncle actually had chickens and gave it to me a couple years ago, and we've been meaning to do a little remodel work to it. It was in good shape when we got it. I just want to switch out a few things to make it last just a little bit longer. So it was a coop that you couldn't move. So Joe put runners on it, so now you can move it. It's just a little skinny, so we'll move this one slow, and we move it with the tractor, obviously. This is the front, so I can go in and grab my girls if I need to. Before, it was just like plyboard right here, and I went ahead and got Joe to put hardware cloth in to help with ventilation. The laying boxes are in the back, and there's roosting poles up here, and the little side door with the bridge is right there. He's got the bridge laying across. We're gonna probably put this in the pasture like today or tomorrow. This year, since it's like already chilly, they haven't had time to poop on this yet and insulate it, I'm gonna go ahead and just put some hay. When I put it in there, I'll put some hay and stuff down to cut back on the draft. But it's really nice to have this ventilation in here because chickens have really awful respiratory systems, and they're really prone to getting all kinds of respiratory illnesses. And anyway, we can keep them healthier and live longer we do. So this is just one good thing. I kind of learned that in high school in ag and in college in ag, is ventilation is a good thing. Harbors a lot less disease. So it's also got a cool little window my uncle put in there. So I like that too. Joe, both of these open the same. He put these barrel bolts on there, which are nice. This one's got a barrel bolt, opens easy. And we can take the bridge out. It used to come open like this and you could lift it, but Joe put this piece of metal on there so that the water would run off and it wouldn't get the nesting boxes wet. And so that the boys can check eggs, we did the barrel bolts like this. So it's a lot easier to check your girls this way. And I mean, we're gonna put this one where those other brooders in that run were. And if we have to, we'll take hardware cloth and wrap it around the bottom of that coop. Hold on, let me turn so you can see. Around the bottom, and then that's kind of a cool place, and like cut a hole in the bottom. And that's a cool place to like put pullets and stuff before you introduce them to the flock. But for now, we're gonna keep it like it is. I'm gonna take my brooders out when we put that in, and then the rabbits get to take their turn with the brooder, and they'll love that. So while my rabbits have babies through the winter, they'll be able to have them in those brooders and be able to go and eat some grass off the ground and have a little more room to hop around. So that's nice. So with coops, one of the main things I tell everybody that they need is coops with like really good ventilation. Like I said a few minutes ago, ventilation really cuts down on respiratory diseases, and chickens are really prone to getting respiratory illnesses. So ventilation's a huge, huge, huge thing when you're thinking about building a coop or buying a coop. Materials is another thing you need to think about. I really like weighted materials. Like we always build ours out of wood, because not that I don't like some of the ones other YouTubers have out there, but we build ours out of wood because we get wind here in Carolina some, and the last thing I want to see is like my coop blowing across the yard. Another thing is I don't use chicken wire. Jesus, no. We always use hardware cloth, because that really cuts down on your predators. Weight and heavy materials helps cut down on predators too, because it's a lot harder for them to get up under there and break in. So, you know, when you're thinking about your coop, be sure you think about size. I've got a lot of chickens. I've got a bunch of different coops. I probably could have double the amount that I have with the coops that I have. I think that, you know, having 6 to 8 lay-in boxes. Hello. My dogs are barking. I think having a few different like options for them to lay in is pretty good, because you're going to have some hens that don't just get along. So, you know, size, materials, ventilation, all things you should think about when you have your coop. These are just some examples. There's tons of examples out there. Like I say in every video, do your research. You can make a coop literally out of cardboard box if you have somewhere decent to put it. I don't recommend that at all. But, you know, there's lots of options out there. Do your research and, you know, live the flock life, because it's fun. Thanks for watching my video, y'all. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications when I put new videos out. I put a new video out about farming, homesteading, animals, kids every Wednesday. So stay tuned for more additions to my channel, and thanks for watching.